Welcome to your fall. All right. It's a Friday, is it not? Welcome. Hello, everyone, to Court of the Rings on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I am Lotro's community manager, Cordovan, and I've been busy. We've been busy, and we'll talk a little bit about that today. Otherwise, I think we're going to celebrate Bilbo's birthday and see what we can do there to show that off just a little bit and explain to some folks how it all works. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. We got some free stuff. Lots of free stuff, and we can talk about that in just a little bit. It's even fall in the south today. Is that true? Really? Okay. All right. Who's Bilbo? Some hobbit. Understand he likes to go on adventures. So there we go. All right. So what should I do to start off the show? Oh my gosh, I'm kind of like paralyzed with so much to talk about. So let's pop up the screen and get the big news out of the way. And that's this. We have launched another free coupon, and this one is even bigger than the last. We are going to be giving away all currently available quest packs. These will be unlocked permanently on your account, whether you are VIP or premium or free. You should be going to the Lotro store in-game, hit redeem code, and type in free quests 2021, or Lotro quests 2021, sorry. Lotro quests 2021. And you should do it through November 30th. You don't want to wait on this one because that's the deadline. It is going to grant every available quest pack permanently on your account. We've also done a thing where we're discounting a whole bunch of the older expansions and such down to 99 points again. So for something a little less than 1,000 points, if you want to, you can pick up Mines of Moria, Siege of Mirkwood, Rise of Isengard, Riders of Rohan, Helm's Deep, the instant clusters for Rise of Isengard and Riders of Rohan, and along with the expansion quests for Mordor. So, doesn't include War of Three Peaks, but there we go. It includes all the most recent. It does not include the most recent, but everything prior to that. And that's also through November 30th. 99 Lotro points for that stuff if you want to. But at the very least, everybody, you should let your friends, family, loved ones, heck, even let your enemies know to go into the Lotro store, hit redeem code, and type in Lotro Quests 2021. If there's any chance at all that you got a friend or something that might want to join you someday on Lotro, hey, this is your time, so there we go. That's not the only big news I have, though, today. I am actually here today. Let me make sure I've got my screen up in a way that isn't too terrible. So I can grab a decent screenshot. Alright, so the other big bit of news is that we are going to be launching our pre-purchase campaign for Fate of Gundabad on Monday. Yes, we are going to be launching our pre-purchase campaign for Fate of Gundabad on Monday, September 27th, so that's about 3 days away. And we're going to have the landing page up, all the prices, everything that's in it. You'll get to see what all the goodies are. You can pre-purchase if you want to and get many of those goodies right away. And we've just got a whole bunch of info. We're going to be doing a big info dump really over the next week or so. So a lot going on. I did want to mention, though, one thing. We have been saying, and it is still the case, that the Legendary Item Update and the Brawler are coming with Update 30.3. That's actually prior to Update 31, which is Fate of Gundabad. So you're going to be able to play the Brawler and start with this new Legendary Item system before Gundabad hits. However, Update 30.3 is not Monday. Okay, I want to make that clear that although the pre-purchase campaign begins on Monday, you're not going to be starting to play the Brawler or see legendary items on the live game worlds on Monday. That's actually a little bit later, a couple weeks out yet, on update 30.3. So on Monday, what we have is update, I think it's technically 30.2.1. It basically is just the pre-purchase campaign and the ability to deliver all the things we need to do. I believe there's one fix in there that I can look up in a second. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But for the most part, that's all it is. So let me go and actually look that up real quick while I'm saying things. Yes, so Margon, 30.3 is not Monday. 30.3 is not Monday. 30.3 is a few weeks out yet. However, the pre-purchase campaign does begin on Monday, and you're going to get like the standard kind of things that you might be used to, collectors and Ultimate Edition goodies. Some of that stuff's going to be delivered right away with your pre-purchase, and other things are coming later. So, yeah. If I thought about doing a food channel and calling it Cordon Bleu, now I have. What is the difference between a quest pack and an expansion? So the expansions are our larger pieces of content that we've released over the years that are, VIPs and everyone need to purchase if you want to run. The quest packs are the standard updates that we've done over the years that you get for free as a VIP, and that's really the biggest difference between a quest pack and an expansion. The quest packs are smaller in scope and size and everything else, whereas the expansions are big things like Mordor, Riders of Rohan, Rise of Isengard, that kind of thing. Someone is saying if you want to, Druid's Fire is saying if you want to double check what old X packs you have, the best way to do so is through the in-game store. Click on your name in the corner, scroll through your purchase history. Yeah, that's the easiest way to do it. I don't know, Iggy Mo Jungle, what the cutoff point that customer service is doing related to, say, refunds of people who just purchased the next pack, but get in touch with them if you want to. I don't know what our ability to help those people, or help you and others are or not. I think it depends on how soon we're talking about. Bring on the pumpkin spice, huh? Okay. On Monday, question mark, did I hear it right? This one from YouTube. Yes, we are going to be starting our pre-purchase campaign for Fate of Gundabad on Monday. That is not update 30.3. Legendary items in the Brawler will be coming a little bit later before the release of Gundabad, but the pre-purchase campaign does begin on Monday. Really, though, everybody should be applying this code. Whether you applied the last code and happen to have all the quests or not already, just apply the code. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt to apply the code, even if you're just duplicating things you already have. So I'd encourage just everybody to just go in and redeem that code. Lotro Quests 2021. Howard asked on YouTube about bridles with the legendary item update. That also hit the forums this week. We know that we need to do some work on bridles. I don't know what the status of bridles come update 30.3 is. In general, it's a little bit of a lower priority system because bridles, although a lot of people have bridles, people don't really use mounted combat. Mounted combat is not our most popular system, and we are well aware of that. However, we do know that it's work that needs to be done, so we'll see where we are. We've got a little bit of time yet, but I don't have anything to announce today. All right. Any news about champions? KO, I believe is how you pronounce it, perhaps, over on Facebook. We have been passing along the champion feedback that you would like us to do some class work, somewhat related to our removal of weapon swapping and somewhat related to longer-term class balance needs that champions have been wanting us to do. I don't have a deadline for that. I don't know what the plan is, but you'll see it in the release notes. If we need to, we will be doing that work. What is with the technical difficulties while currently trying to log into the website? I don't know, Ken over on Facebook. I am currently logged into the website, and I have not had any unusual issues. Locher.com tends to run pretty slow and be a little not great in general. And that's something we know we need to do. We've been wanting to do a website update along with a forum update for quite some time now. That can has not yet been opened, but it will be at some point here. And we do know that the website is not. It's in need of some work. There we go. Any idea on release pre-order date? Just joined the chat. Did they answer yes? Monday. Golden Malorn Kinship asks. So, yep, Monday. Why is Gundabad not on the website store you're looking now? It's still 3 Peaks. That's the most recent. That's because our pre-purchase campaign has not begun yet. Alistair over on Facebook. That begins on Monday. All right, there we go. We're going to have information on the eventual price of the Brawler and the Locher store and that on Monday when we release our pre-purchase information. Similar to what we've done during previous expansions, we're going to have like a frequently asked questions and that kind of thing ready to go. If I think it'll be for Monday. If not for Monday, it'll be like Tuesday or Wednesday. But we're going to get that posted. We had some last minute kind of localization and writing needs, so I can't guarantee 100% it's going to be Monday, but it'll probably be Monday. And that information about when you'll be able to purchase the Brawler, how much it'll be, when you'll be able to get Gundabad in the Locher store, how much it'll be, etc., etc., will be posted along with the pre-purchase information. I don't have anything to announce today about housing updates, sorry. When will we be able to play a Brawler in the live worlds? That'll be with update 30.3, and the current target date for that is sometime a few weeks from now. We'll have more information as we get closer to it, but targeting roughly mid-October for the release of update 30.3. At least as of today. Sorry, Margon, I can't preview the pre-purchase packs today. That is not something I'm going to be able to do today. Going to have to wait for Monday on that one. When will update 30.2 come? It already happened. Monday is technically 30.2.1, and that's the pre-purchase campaign along with the one release note. I need to look up here. And let me do that if I can find it. Alright, here we go. Alright, the only thing that I currently have in the update 30.2.1 release notes, other than the pre-purchase campaign starting on Monday, is that instrument carry-alls will be getting their maximum stack sizes increased. Small and medium instrument carry-alls will now hold up to 20 of the same instrument, that's up from 5, while the large instrument carry-alls will hold up to 50 of the same instrument, and that is up from 12. Currently, that's the only change list that isn't related to the pre-purchase campaign in the update 30.2.1 notes. I'll be taking a look today to see if there's any stragglers, but I don't think so. Most of that's going to be in update 30.3, which, as I mentioned a little bit ago, we're targeting mid-October for. Will there be another Quest Pack sale? Jim Z over on Twitch asks. Well, first off, don't be buying any Quest Packs right now. Instead, go to the store and type in Lotro Quest 2021 in the redeem code section. You'll get them all for free right now through November 30th. However, after November 30th, when we go back to kind of the regular state of things, as it were, yeah, the Quest Packs will still be on sale at that point, although hopefully you will have already spent these next couple of weeks at some point getting them all for free. But in the future, you know, when we do release Quest Packs and that, we're not immediately changing any plans related to how Quest Packs are purchased and what have you. Boromund asks, can we fix the Microsoft download every time the launcher opens? I think what you're asking about is the check to make sure that the most recent version of C++ is downloaded. That is simply a check of your system to make sure that it can run the launcher in game. That's not going to be changing. We are looking into what we can do related to what I would call the DX9 issue, which is that for a lot of new installations, you need to run the DirectX web installer from Microsoft. That's something that is bundled by Microsoft that, as I understand, we don't have the ability to bundle into the launcher based on the way that Microsoft's kind of license terms are. But it's something that a lot of people have to deal with. The core issue is that DirectX 12, while it says it is DirectX 9 compatible, it is not, at least as it comes to DDO and Lotro. So it's a problem with both of our games that we just yesterday had another conversation about. But it's been a long-term issue that we're hoping to address at some point in the future. In the meantime, generally on a new installation, you need to take an extra step. If you run into an issue where you're trying to launch and it just crashed, just drops out of your taskbar, run the DirectX web installer, and that'll take care of 9 out of 10 issues. So. The Fate of Gundabad will be available to purchase in the Lotro market only come Monday. Is there a new trailer coming for Gundabad? Yes. We have 2 videos that should be released between now and Update 31, although one might be a launch day thing. We have a Brawler. We're calling it a Brawler trailer, but it's basically kind of a gussied up version of the class video. That's going to be going out here probably sometime around Update 30.3. And then we do have a formal Fate of Gundabad launch trailer that will be released either day of release or day before, or something like that. We'll see. But yes, is the answer. We have 2 coming. I'm sorry, Ashley on Facebook. I have not been up to date on this week's Bull Roar. I know that they had to do a kind of in-place game build to address a few issues. I don't know if that's what you're talking about related to some kind of Runekeeper nerf. Sorry, I don't know more about that. I have not heard of any plans to nerf Runekeepers, so... Alright. Will we see another Bull Roar preview, or is the current one the final one? I believe we will have a further preview before update 30.3 is released, but I don't know the exact timing on that. All right. Let me see, where is that? There we are. Before I move on, though, I am going to show some of the Bilbo birthday stuff today. I did want to mention that we just before I went live, and I haven't even had time to promote it on social yet, but we did launch an article today that'll get you a little bit up to speed on Gundabad. So what this is a page just kind of getting you up to date on the story of Fate of Gundabad. You know, it explains a little bit kind of on where if you're not familiar with what's going on and you want to get up to speed on it, or if you want to refresh as to kind of what's going on here with Fate of Gundabad, Legacy of Durin, Trials of the Dwarves, that's what this page is about here today. So this just got published, and this screenshot here, the one that's on the screen right now, is the new one. This is a brand new screenshot from Fate of Gundabad. So I do have that. I guess I could show you today. I don't know if I can. Let me just put that up on the screen separate for a sec. All right. So this is a new screenshot here for Fate of Gundabad. That's pretty groovy. But in general, the webpage just talks a little bit about sort of what's going on, what has been happening to this point, who the players are, and what have you. So that got published today. We've got some more articles that we're planning to publish in the next couple of weeks. And so we'll see more of this kind of thing. I know we've got a legendary item page. We have a Brawler page. And at least a couple others in the works. We'll probably do something about the soundtrack with Bill Champagne and a few other things here as well in the coming weeks on the lead-in to the release of Fate of Gundabad. All right, I think that's it. Is there a reason why you guys trailers the day of release seems like a strange practice? Yeah. I hear you. I think for a lot of studios, they do that. Like, you have a launch day trailer. But the thought has come up, well, maybe we should do it before. So we'll see. I will take your feedback into consideration. But you know, there is value for having a launch day trailer when you launch. And that's the primary reason. All right, so for those of you who are not aware, let me quick pop on over to our event schedule just to make sure I've got the correct date on it. But the Baggins' birthday event is running through the weekend. This goes through September 26th, being shut off at 3 a.m. Eastern on September 27th. This first part here is one and done per character, so once you've run on that character, you're not going to be able to run it again. The second part, if we have time to show it to you today, I believe you can run every year. Gosh, I hope I'm right about that. And the way you'll run is when you log in, it'll be in the quest actions available for Baggins' birthday. You'll go into the last homely house in Rivendell, and then you'll go into Bilbo's room and speak here with Frodo. Also, I remember last week I had all my volume turned down too much. And let me take care of that this week. All right, so, yeah, speak to Frodo.
Might I speak with you a moment?
Stepien, I'm glad you're here. I'm in need of an adventurer such as yourself to help with a birthday surprise for my Uncle Bilbo. When Bilbo decided to resettle in Rivendell, he did it in typical fashion, as you may have heard, with a bang and a flash, disappearing right during his own birthday party. In that moment, Bilbo instantly became the subject of many a tall tale, an increasingly exaggerated legend. I know he'd be amused to no end to hear these stories, but I myself can't go collect them. The next time you're in the Shire, could you do this for me? Were I you, I'd start at the gaffer. He hears most everything worth hearing and will surely know who you should talk to in order to obtain the very best tales. So there you go. First stop is to speak to Gaffer Gamgee in Hobbiton by water. And I actually need to redo a few of that. Let's turn up. I'm still not hearing enough volume here. So let's do that. Yeah, okay. My audio is set okay. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. I mean, ultimately you need to find your way over basically to the anniversary tree. If you happen to have any old anniversary party maps, maybe you want use one. But otherwise, you basically just kind of find your way over to Gaffer Gamgee, kind of by the party tree. Oh, the second part's also a one-time quest? Alright. Not exactly the party tree, but that's okay. It's okay. Oops.
How can I be of service?
There may be... People may be looking at me going, why aren't you doing X? But this is the way I did it last night. This works fine. Can I mention anything about the improved avatar customization? Will that be this year? It isn't entirely clear to me what you're referencing. I don't think we've actually announced anything like a avatar overhaul. I'm not sure quite where that's coming from. Sorry.
How can I be of service?
We'll have more information about how you'll be able to play the Brawler here in the near future. I would expect that you will be able to play the Brawler with your in the future once you've pre-purchased Fate of Gundabad, and it will eventually be available in the Lotra store for points as well. And we'll have more information about that as we get closer to it. Okay. So on the new character customization, this relates to a discussion about new hairstyles and that had come up during an interview. I know that we have a little bit of work happening on hairstyles and a little bit of avatar work that's being done. I don't know that it really rises to the level of a large avatar update, and I also don't think it's anytime soon either. However, I do know that we will be doing some of that work in the future. But that's probably sometime next year at the earliest. Toxic Mori, we will have more information about when you'll be able to purchase the Fate of Gundabad in the Lotra store after our pre-purchase sale begins on Monday and our FAQ is up. You can expect it to be similar to other expansions that we've done where it's something in the range of 6 months later for points. Okay. Go. Okay. I'm facing the correct direction. Sorry, DeVille, over on Facebook. I'm not sure what you mean. The best news legs is drop on the raid top tiers, or is droppable on a normal mode. I'm going to say the best stuff is going to be from the higher tier raids in general. That's probably how it's going to work. Alright, so now you're speaking to Gaffer Gamgee here. You speak to him a couple of times. You're here to collect stories about Bilbo, are you? Heard I would know who to talk to. Yep. Give me a moment. I'll write down a list of likely hobbits. So you will speak to the Gaffer.
Is there something I can do for you?
Read the list. It gives you a list of people to talk to. And then you want to make sure you speak to the Gaffer again. It does show that in the quest list, although I've seen people occasionally run away without speaking to the Gaffer a third time. Will players be able to purchase the instance cluster sale items if they are currently a VIP member? My understanding is yes.
Might I have a word with you?
I'll tell you the tale of Bilbo Baggins and the disappearing act he pulled.
Well, the gall of some folk.
Bilbo was an unconventional hobbit, so what I heard tell is he decided to give everyone a good scare and sneak away. Went to enjoy himself where all his family wasn't, and went around all the taverns and inns trying their brew. Now, from what I hear tell, no one's quite sure what really happened after that, but my brother's son's friend's cousin works down at the Green Dragon, and he swears he shipped off a barrel that was heavier than the others the next day, and it rolled funny, like something was in it. Didn't think to question it until after the fact. My guess is Bilbo enjoyed himself a bit too much, found himself in a barrel, and got shipped off. Goodness only knows where he is now. So once you've spoken to Ted Sandyman, you've got a whole bunch of people to hear stories from. And these folks are all just nearby in Hobbiton Bywater, with one exception over by the party tree that I'll get to in a second.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
How available will traceries be in the world? Julian Veranel asks over on YouTube. Landscape drops, quest rewards, only via instances raids? The answer is that traceries will be available really throughout content in the game world. However, I would not expect traceries to be available with landscape drops. I would say it'll be through questing, instances, and a whole bunch of other methods. On top of that, you'll be able to just flat out purchase them in Rivendell, in the library that's set up to purchase traceries and legendary items with ancient script. So there'll be a whole bunch of ways to get traceries, just kind of running standard quests, running standard content, rare drops, yes, probably instances and raids. You'll be able to barter for them, etc., etc. I wouldn't expect them to be landscape drops per se, though, just because it might be a little too common in that respect. But who knows? Could theoretically even do that. Dudo says he met up with a pile of dwarves. Yes, dwarves! Anyone who knows anything knows some of them dwarves got mighty peculiar after losing their home in the mountains far off all that long ago. By the way, he's speaking about Gundabad. Since then, stories say, some of them have been known to be a roaming band, doing nearly anything to squeak by, and that breeds loose morals if you ask me. I heard some of these dwarves helped Bilbo dig a complete complex of tunnels under Back End, and he simply popped down into these at an opportune moment. So Dudo Chubb says. Alright, let's see what the postman has to say.
Hello?
Oh, it could be the Lonely Mountain. Yeah, good point. Anyway, there was also the... It could be Gundabad. Could be the Lonely Mountain. Right. For quests that only have legendary item experience as rewards, what will replace those rewards in the new LI system? Nothing. I believe you will still get legendary item experience. So there you go. It may be different name, different system, but it's yeah, you'll still get stuff to level up your allies. Pretty much anything, any place where you're currently getting LI stuff, you're most likely going to continue to get LI stuff when update 30.3 is released. It may be different stuff, but the system itself is going to be largely one-to-one. In terms of, like, drop rate. And, you know, we'll be adding to it over time. So if we miss something with 30.3, it'll be coming later. What is the cool marketing thing I teased last week? Well, that's this pre-purchase announcement, along with the story so far page. Actually, to be absolutely 100% honest with you, last Friday I had a different thing I was going to be publishing today, but due to the realities of development, the thing I was originally going to publish today ended up getting moved off slightly to a little bit of a later date, and instead I am publishing this story so far and announcing the pre-order, pre-purchase instead. So that's the news I have here today. Are we getting rid of weapons, you call it switching, Michael, over on Facebook? What you mean is, are we getting rid of weapons swapping? And the answer to that is absolutely. That'll be happening here in the very near future. If you are in a combat stance, you will not be able to weapon swap, and that will be a vast improvement to the game. So you're wanting to know where Bilbo has got himself off to. Well, if you ask around these parts, folks will tell you all kinds of nonsense. The gullibility of hobbits is sometimes not to be believed. They'll latch onto anything they hear. More exotic, the better. I can see you're a sensible sort, so I'll tell you the real truth. Bilbo's always had a terrible fondness for elves. Well, that's true. He decided to spend the rest of his days with them, invited by the elvish leaders and all. He spent his declining years living with them and enjoying their hospitality, all while writing his memoirs in the form of a one-act play. Where there's smog, there's fire. There's some elements of truth to that. I hear the Buckland benefit of the benevolent Bucket Brigade Brotherhood for the bruised and burned as exclusive rights for the opening.
Take a moment of your time.
What does Bogo have to say here?
Oh, good day.
You're wondering what Bilbo's been up to, huh? The whole party business was an elaborate ruse to set people talking and rumoring, thinking he's in a far-off land. It was just Bilbo's way of creating a distraction while he crept away to hide in plain sight. Folks say at night you can sometimes see him, clothed in black, face hidden behind a dark mask with an even darker cape, all flapping and flowing behind him, riding along the roads of the Shire. He's turned vigilante, protecting us all from bandits and goblins and anything else nasty trying to creep into our towns.
Please, stay a moment.
What does Hal have to say?
Just a moment.
The Elf Queen has been teaching him to grow the biggest haters a person could ever hope to see. We got some in here then as well. That's the Ivy Bush Inn.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment? A lovely day, isn't it?
Wizard Gandalf popped Bilbo into a giant sack. Just visible through the fog, he said, and Mr. Bilbo squirming and wriggling like anything. Then they just vanished. Goodness knows what happened to the poor chap after that, but honestly, with the stories folks tell about his adventures and associates and goings-on, what other end can a hobbit expect than a sticky one?
Stay and have some
Hereward Loamsdown is got a story as well.
Hello there.
Ran into some of those big folk what ride horses all the time. Riders of Ronald, Roger, no, nearly there, Rohan, that's it. I hear he's got himself a war pony, and that they taught him to be a proper horse master and all. There's a couple in here as well.
Please, stay a moment.
Any chance of moving the Rivendell Port's stables closer to the library, since that is the major location for new eyes? I can pass that along. I think that would... I mean, that's not likely to happen immediately, but it would be kind of nice, wouldn't it, to have a faster port to the last only house. We're there occasionally. It would not hurt to be able to get there more quickly. Twitch, Ben, I have seen the forum post from yesterday or whatever about Galtrev fishing and weapons swapping. All I can really say about that is I'm going to pass it along to the team here this afternoon, and we'll see if there's something we need to do. Bilbo grabbed a firework, and off he went.
Might I have a word with you? Is there something I can do for you?
Went back to the Lonely Mountain, the child says. Alright, I think that's everyone in here. And did I grab them all? I can't remember if I grabbed... Nope, there is one more here. That is... Oh, really? Is there one? I'm missing one. Where is that? Oh, here we go.
Could I take a moment of your time?
Wondering where Bilbo is now? Holly knows.
Is there something I can do for you?
On his travels, Bilbo met a whopping massive bear. Yes, a proper large bear, not like the little ones what den around these parts. What did Bilbo do? The bear didn't eat him in one gulp. Now, Bilbo might not be a proper hobbit, but a hobbit he still is, and that means he was carrying any number of delicious things. With those, clever Bilbo tamed the bear. That's not the end. Radagast the Brown, keeper of animals, heard about Bilbo and the bear, and was so impressed he trained old Bilbo to be a lore master. Neither jesting nor joking I am. The first hobbit lore master is our Bilbo, and he rides around now on his great bear, accompanying Radagast all over the realm, the Middle-earth. Oops, let me... Oh, I see actually MVP popping into our chat saying we're aware of the fishing quest complication. So, yeah, presumably we'll get that one taken care of here in the near future. The LI update, just to reiterate, because I see more people asking about it in chat, the LI update is coming with update 30.3. That's also when you'll be able to start playing the Brawler. That's currently targeted for around mid-October. We'll have more information as we get closer to it. And our pre-purchase campaign, though, for Fate of Gundabad begins on Monday. So when you make your pre-purchase next week, if you want to, you will have access to the Brawler as soon as it is released. W7964, random question. This one, more SSG than Lotra. What sort of discussion went down in the office that concluded with the decision for you to stream so often? There was no discussion. Really, the start of me streaming work stuff on Twitch dates back to my hiring in 2010. At that time, I came to then Turbine from the world of podcasting, and I had done a podcast about the other game. And I wanted very much for then Turbine to start doing a weekly podcast. That was one of the things I pushed real hard for back in like 2010, 2011. And unfortunately, at that time, it just wasn't really able to get done. There was just a little bit too much red tape, a little bit too much process stuff to sort of deal with. The podcasting and streaming and all that sort of thing in general didn't really exist at that time at some corporate levels. There had been other official video game podcasts even by 2010, but it was far less of a thing than it is today. So the short version of that is largely that when Twitch came about and a lot of brands started Twitch streaming, I sort of snuck in my personal wishes to do this kind of thing because there was nobody to stop me. So I wouldn't exactly say I got permission. I just sort of did it. And ever since then, I've been doing it. So the real early start is the environment came to the point that nobody could stop me, and then they didn't, and I started doing it. In terms of the idea of doing a weekly show, though, it just kind of happened organically. I was given up a lunch hour once per week for each game to do a live stream, and it just turned into a weekly thing. So there we go. Yeah. Gundabad is planned for this year still then, right? Question mark? Yes. Yes, Gundabad is going to be released before the end of the year, and we'll have that release date for you on Monday. Meredith over on YouTube mentions that we did lose one of our Lotro team members recently. They've found a different career opportunity, and we do have, I don't know if the job posting is up yet, but if not, it will be up very soon. So I do think we will have a content position opening for Lotro here in the relatively near future. If it's not here now, I suppose I could look real quick. DaybreakGames.com/careers. Do we have it posted yet? Yes. Game Designer 2, content -Lotro is currently posted over on our careers page. I'm just going to drop that in chat if I can. You want to take a look. We have said there will be some kind of conversion, but we'll find out more as we get closer to the release of the LI update in mid-October. Yes, that is correct. Lotho is saying that Bilbo lived with the dwarves. Went to live with the dwarves. Lobelia.
I want a word with you. How rude.
Holly was experimenting with sneaking in ground-up mushrooms pinched from Farmer Maggot's field. So if you want to know what I think, and you clearly do, I think eating those pies up and disappeared, Bilbo. Good thing Gandalf was around to cover it up with a poof of smoke and save us all the scandal. Though some might think there could have been an important lesson to be learned. Alright. So at this point then, you can return to Gafter Gamgee. Yes, our positions, even if we are working from home at the moment, our positions are not generally formally remote. Sorry. Oh, turn to Gaffer Gamgee. Oops. Duh. Speaking of the curator, can we make another room like estate broker with all the figment, ember, etc.? That's a suggestion I will pass along. Thanks, Mark. There's Gaffer Gamgee. DeVille also on Facebook. We are aware that, you know, some of the expansion editions have legendary item kind of boosters and things in them, and we're going to be replacing them with an equivalent here
Something I can do for you.
when we go live.
I want a word with you.
Alright. Now back to Bilbo. And I'm going to cheat because we got 4 minutes left. Let me just do this real quick. Alright. So I wanted to real quick. I ran out of time, I think, to get the last
Day.
bit. So I'm just gonna wrap this up and show you where to
How
find
do you do?
the next one. You get a book stand for it. Alright. So, I am going to, because I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit, and move over to Lake Town and show you what's up. I believe Bilbo will be behind me a little bit.
How can I be of service?
Jane asks, where can you read up on the new legendary item system? For now, the best place to read up on the legendary item system is going to be the Brawler forums. You can take a look at that right now. There's a whole bunch of information that'll kind of get you up to speed as to what's going on. Additionally, we have a legendary item article that should answer many of your basic questions about how to get started and how it's going to work. Or no, I think I might have to swim. Let's see. Yep. R. It's a very pretty area, by the way, if you haven't been out here yet. It's real nice. And I believe... Oh, I'm going off the top of my head here, but I believe this is over here-ish. Oh, is that right? Maybe not. Where did... Bilbo's sitting there near the S, I thought. So let me turn around and go back the other way. Yep. There we are. And I thought he was just over this way. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. Can't remember exactly. There's a Bilbo quest around here somewhere. Not seeing it right now. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Thank you. All right. This is where you want to go for the next part. Thoughts of Bilbo. A forgotten birthday. And then you, I guess because we're really at 1 o'clock, I'm not going to show that to you today, but don't forget about this one either. Worth taking a look at. So, and it'll get you a title of either birthday boy or birthday girl, depending on what it is you want. Yeah, you can do this quest at any level. The Dale Lands is a higher level area and general-ish, but you can get safely to Thoughts of Bilbo here if you need to. And like I said, the way I taught myself how to find it is it's on the S of Isgareth of old. So if you get to the S here, then you can find hopefully Bilbo, and then you'll head into Lake Town and speak to a fine folk in a tavern, learn a little bit about that person. And then head back to Bilbo and get your reward. All right, I think that's going to wrap it up then. Thank you very much for watching Court of the Rings on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I'll be back with you next Friday with more. We'll have a whole lot more to talk about, and we'll take a look at some of that pre-purchase stuff for Fate of Gundabad. So thank you very much, everyone, and I'll talk to you next week.